Okay, Christina, continuing on, here's where I think we have a little bit of a bump in the road. In all of the other images, you really were taking us kind of behind the scenes, or even the images that were outside of the zoo, they kind of led us behind the scenes. And I think this image might be one image where you've kind of taken a point of view that the common visitor to the zoo might have taken. I mean, if I went to the zoo and I was looking at a reptile exhibit, I kind of think that this is pretty much what I would expect to see. So from that perspective, I think this image probably is one that I would consider editing out of the portfolio because it just doesn't give us that view that is very unique to your perspective. On the other hand, I think this one really does. I think it's something that the common visitor wouldn't see. And I particularly love the type that looks like it must be some sort of indicator of when this animal was fed, or something about its life or identification that is very unique to the zookeeper. So this, I think, is a better representation of the reptiles from your perspective rather than from the common perspective of the average visitor to the view or to the zoo. I do like this image. We've got the contrast between the bison and the car on the outside of the zoo, so you're seeing the animal or the scene from the animal's perspective inside the exhibit. And I really do like the idea that there's a car outside that this animal is constantly looking at, 24/7, so again, you take us to a place that we wouldn't ordinarily be with your images. Great shot, beautiful diagonal lines. It leads us right into the frame, organized beautifully. This is an excellent shot, definite home run. Very unique study of texture and form here, and a really good shot. Maybe not a perfect fit for what's going on with the rest of your images, but still nonetheless a beautiful image I like a lot. The thing that I think I like the most about this image is that you are shooting from a little bit of a slant. It's not straight on, perfectly level. And again, that kind of feels to me like you're an animal and you're inside the exhibit and maybe you're standing on a rock or something like that, and you're not perfectly level. And so the imperfection of this image, I think, is really what makes it so beautiful. And certainly all the expressions on the different faces, including the little boy who looks like he wants to jump right in the exhibit, also is very compelling. A nice closing shot. I'm assuming that this is on your way home or exiting from the zoo. Very interesting atmosphere and mood, and one that seems a little bit different from that first image when you were entering it. The light is coming from a little bit different direction, and rather than having very dark place that you're entering, it's kind of like very bright, almost like when you leave a dark room and go outside into a very bright sunny day. There's kind of like this overwhelm of bright light and sky that almost makes you want to squint. So I think this is a solid closing image to your project here, and really from the point of view of chronological sequencing, I think you did a fantastic job. You took us to an area that we wouldn't see as the average viewer, and other than a couple images that I think maybe we could just edit out and tighten up your narrative a little bit better here, I think this is a very strong portfolio.